The lights are on. The world is running. But no one is here. Every city on Earth is awake, and yet there is not a single human left to see it. No warning, no sound, no goodbye. Here is the question that should scare you. If humans vanish tomorrow, how long before the world forgets we ever existed? Hold that thought. Tomorrow morning, alarms go off. Phones vibrate on bedside tables. Notifications stack up. No one picks them up. Coffee machines stay cold. Front doors never open. Elevators wait forever. A car is stopped at a green light. Engine running. Driver's seat empty. Televisions keep playing yesterday's news. Same headlines. Same voices. Talking to no one. Hospitals hum with machines. Monitors blink. Heartbeats fade into flat lines. This is not chaos. This is silence. A deep, uncomfortable silence. The kind that makes the planet feel abandoned. Hours pass. Planes are still in the sky. They follow their routes. Autopilot keeps them steady. But control towers are empty. Some planes circle. Some run out of fuel. Some fall into oceans and forests. No breaking news. No emergency alerts. Just quiet scars appearing on the earth. And this is only the beginning. Power plants continue to work. Electric grids still glow. From space, cities look alive, bright, active. But on the ground, something feels wrong. Subway trains stop inside tunnels. Doors open. No footsteps follow. Traffic lights change colors for no one. Birds land where they never could before. Animals wander onto highways. Nature hesitates. It senses something is missing. Most modern systems are automated, but automation was never designed to live alone. Computers follow rules. They cannot adapt. One missed alarm, one small failure. That is all it takes. The world still looks familiar, still human, but underneath, everything is unstable, like a body without a heartbeat that has not yet realized it is dead. Then the lights begin to go out, not everywhere, not all at once, just enough to change everything. Water stops flowing in tall buildings. Pressure systems fail. Fire alarms scream endlessly. No one responds. Pets wait by doors that will never open, first with hope, then with hunger. The oldest rule returns. Only the adaptable survive. And here is the disturbing truth. The planet does not panic, it adjusts. In the days ahead, cities will begin to change. Steel and glass will start to crack. Roots will find their way through concrete. The world is about to remember what it was before us. And what happens next is where this story becomes truly uncomfortable. 24 hours pass. Rain starts to fall. No one wipes the windshields. Flooded streets reflect empty skyscrapers. Neon signs flicker, then die. Inside data centers, fans keep spinning. Servers keep thinking. They store photos of people who no longer exist. Emails keep arriving. Messages never read. After 2 days, fires begin. A kitchen stove left on. A candle burns too long. A short circuit sparks. Fire spreads fast in empty cities. Sprinklers activate. Then the water runs out. Smoke rises with no witnesses. From the sky, Earth still looks alive. From the ground, it feels abandoned. Here is the part nobody expects. The most dangerous places on Earth are not cities. They are the quiet ones. Nuclear power plants. For a short time, they hold themselves together. Backup systems engage. Cooling pumps work. But those systems were designed to wait for humans, not forever. Days pass. Water levels drop. Temperatures rise. One by one, reactors shut down safely, but not all of them. In some places, cooling fails. A reactor overheats, metal warps, radiation leaks into the air. No explosion, no warning, just invisible danger spreading through forests and rivers. Nature pauses, then finds a way around it. After 1 week, something strange happens. Animals stop hiding. Deer walk through shopping malls. Wolves move into suburbs. Birds nest inside traffic lights. Without engines, the world becomes quiet. So quiet that animals can hear each other again. The oceans change too. Cargo ships drift until they stop. Oil platforms rust. Fishing nets stay empty. Fish populations explode. Coral reefs begin to heal. The planet exhales. But above Earth, a silent countdown is running. Satellites, thousands of them, weather, GPS, communication. They rely on tiny corrections from the ground. Without those corrections, their orbits decay. Months later, the first one falls. A streak of fire across the sky. Then another. Then dozens. Fragments crash into oceans and deserts. Most burn up, some do not. The sky that once watched us now rains pieces of our technology. And still, the world keeps moving on. After 1 year, cities no longer look human. Vines crawl up office towers. Trees split roads apart. Bridges collapse under their own weight. Glass shatters. Steel bends. Concrete cracks. Not with violence, with patience. This is the part that hurts. Human monuments were built to last forever. Most will not survive a decade. Statues fall. Museums flood. Libraries rot. Books turn to pulp. Hard drives corrode. Knowledge fades faster than stone. But not everything disappears. Deep underground, some places remain. Bunkers, vaults, messages carved into rock. Attempts to say, "We were here." And that raises the hardest question of all. If no one is left to remember us, does it matter that we existed? Stay with that thought. Because what happens next is not about buildings or machines. It is about memory. Years pass. 10 years without humans. The outlines of cities are still visible from above, but up close they are being erased. Roots tear through subway tunnels. Rivers reclaim their old paths. Dams crack, then collapse. Entire valleys flood again, the way they did before maps named them. Some places become deadly, others become paradise. Former highways turn into grasslands. Airports become wetlands filled with birds. The loudest sound on Earth is no longer machines, it is wind. After 50 years, something unexpected happens. Carbon levels drop. The air clears. From space, the planet looks sharper. Bluer oceans, deeper greens. Ice slowly returns to places where it once vanished. The scars begin to fade, but traces of us remain. Deep under the sea, fiber optic cables still lie across the ocean floor. They carried voices, stories, lives. Now they carry nothing. In the desert, solar farms stand silent. Panels coated in dust, tracking systems frozen mid-turn. In space, a few satellites keep circling. Ghosts locked in endless loops. They are the last machines still moving for us. 100 years pass. No language is spoken anymore. No songs, no names. If another intelligent species were watching Earth now, they would see a mystery. Strange straight lines under forests. Perfect circles hidden beneath sand. Metal shapes fused into stone. Evidence of intelligence. With no explanation. This is how civilizations truly end. Not with fire, but with silence. And yet, life thrives. Elephants roam freely across continents. Predators return to balance the land. Oceans become crowded with life again. The planet does not mourn us. It adapts. Here is the unsettling truth. The Earth never needed humans to survive. Humans needed Earth. And now comes the uncomfortable turn. Because disappearance is not always permanent. What if, one day, another intelligence arrives or evolves? What story would our ruins tell them? That we were wise or reckless? That we protected this world or consumed it? They would never hear our intentions, only see the results. And maybe that is the final lesson. A civilization is not remembered by what it believed, but by what it left behind. Right now, humanity still exists. Cities are loud, skies are crowded, the world is busy. But imagine this question staying with you after the screen goes dark. If humans disappeared tomorrow, the planet would survive. But if we disappear one day in the future, what version of Earth will remember us? And more importantly, what if disappearance is not an accident, but a cycle? What if humanity has vanished before, and the planet simply waited? Because the scariest question is not, what happens after we are gone. It is this: are we really permanent this time? Picture the future far beyond memory. 500 years pass. Mountains still stand, oceans still breathe, but almost everything shaped by human hands is gone. Steel rusts into dust. Plastic breaks down into strange fossils. Concrete crumbles back into sand. Only a few marks remain. Radioactive zones glowing quietly for thousands of years. Deep mines carved into the Earth's skin, and a thin layer in the soil. A line in time, proof that something powerful once lived here. Then imagine this: a new intelligence rises. Not tomorrow, not soon, but one day. Maybe it evolves naturally. Maybe it arrives from somewhere else. It studies the planet, it finds our ruins, and it asks the same question we once asked about those before us. Who built this, and why did they disappear? There are no answers, no recordings that still play, no books that can be read, just evidence and silence. This is how time treats every civilization, not as a story, but as a trace. Here is the part we rarely like to face. Humanity thinks in years, Earth thinks in ages. We worry about decades. The planet measures time in millions. To Earth, our entire history is a blink, a brief experiment, and that experiment is still running, right now, as you listen to this. Cities are alive, lights are on, engines are burning. The countdown has not started, but it could. Not with an explosion, not with a warning, just absence. And the world would keep going. If you have stayed until this moment, you already feel it. This is not a story about extinction. It is a story about humility, about understanding how small we are, and how much responsibility that gives us. Because the question was never, what if humans disappear tomorrow? The real question is harder. If humanity is remembered one day, what will the memory say? That we learned, or that we ignored every sign? Because the planet will not judge us, time will, and it always finishes the story. The only thing undecided is the ending. What if the future is watching us right now, the same way we look at the past? And what if this moment, this exact era, is the part they will never understand? Because the most dangerous thought is not that humans could disappear. It is this: what if we are already living at the edge of the silence? After the first millennium of absence, nature slowly reclaims its territory. Skyscrapers crumble, ivy snakes through broken windows, concrete highways split under tree roots, rivers carve new paths through forgotten suburbs, bridges hang half-collapsed, echoing their former glory. Animals thrive in places humans once dominated. Wolves roam city streets, deer wander highways, birds nest in abandoned stadiums. Even pests evolve to exploit human structures, building their own small civilizations in the ruins. Meanwhile, satellites once circling the globe slowly fall from orbit. Some crash silently into oceans, leaving no trace. Others burn in the upper atmosphere, a fleeting light in the night sky. Nuclear plants, left unattended, quietly decay. Containment breaches spread slowly, reshaping the environment. Radiation seeps into soil and water, creating zones where life adapts in strange, new ways. And yet, in all this destruction, life continues. Forests expand into concrete jungles. Oceans recover from centuries of pollution. Species thought extinct return, thriving in a human-free world. Here's the twist: time erases comfort, but it preserves impact. Humanity may vanish, but its marks, good and bad, remain. Every abandoned city, every dormant machine, every altered ecosystem tells a story, a warning, a lesson. Imagine explorers from another world, or perhaps the next dominant species, stumbling across this earth. They study, they marvel, they question. And in their eyes, we are ghosts. Not myths, not legends, ghosts of what once was. Every technology we prized, every structure we built, slowly becomes a riddle, a puzzle of a civilization that vanished. And the bigger revelation, the Earth adapts faster than we can predict. In 10,000 years, maps will be unrecognizable. Continents may shift. New species may dominate. Human memory will fade completely. Yet the planet continues, resilient, relentless, indifferent. The ultimate truth emerges. Life does not need us. It merely moves forward, reshaping itself with or without our presence. And for those watching, listening, imagining this, the haunting thought remains. What if humanity's greatest creations are also its last? And what lessons will the Earth teach the next intelligence to come? After centuries, the remnants of human culture start to fade even further. Libraries crumble into dust, paper decays, digital servers fail, their data unreadable. Only faint signals remain, encrypted codes, broken satellites, fragments of art and architecture. Monuments, once symbols of pride, are now skeletons of stone and steel. Streets vanish under moss, roots, and shifting soil. Yet some creations endure. Roads that once guided millions become pathways for wildlife. Dams collapse, rivers reclaim valleys, and mountains of trash slowly merge into the landscape. Even climate begins to heal. Skies clear, oceans cleanse, and air quality improves dramatically. But here's the paradox. The Earth grows richer in biodiversity, but poorer in memory. Without humans, the species that adapted to our presence either thrive or vanish. Pets, livestock, and urban adapted animals face the harsh reality of survival. Only the most resilient endure. The cities we built, the technology we worshipped, and the monuments we cherished, they transform into mysterious ruins. Future species, or explorers from distant worlds, might mistake our skyscrapers for natural cliffs or massive formations. And scattered across the Earth, tiny clues remain. Tools, paintings, plastic remnants, satellites still orbiting the planet, silent witnesses to a civilization that once was. The ultimate realization sets in. Time is a great equalizer. It erases arrogance, softens scars, and yet preserves echoes. The Earth is patient. It doesn't mourn. It doesn't rejoice. It simply continues, indifferent to our existence. And as the centuries stretch into millennia, one question lingers. When humanity disappears completely, what story will the planet tell about us? Will it be one of dominance, innovation, destruction, or something we could never fully imagine?